Unit 4. Great Ideas. Track 37.
Great ideas are generated in different ways. Sometimes an idea may simply be when a company takes advantage of an opportunity to extend its product range, to offer more choice to existing customers. Or a great idea could allow a company to enter a market which was closed to it before. Companies which are prepared to spend a lot on R&D may make a breakthrough by having an original idea for a product which others later copy, for example, Sony and the Walkman. On the other hand, some products are developed in response to customer research. They come from customer ideas. These products are made to meet a need, to satisfy consumer demand. Or the product does something similar to another product, but faster, so it saves time. Some people will buy new products because the product raises their status, gives them a new, more upmarket image.
Unit 4. Great Ideas. Track 38.
Other people will buy any green product which reduces waste or protects the environment, even if it is more expensive. If an idea is really good and the product fills a gap in the market, it may even win an award for innovation.
Unit 4. Great Ideas. Track 39.
In your opinion, what were the best business ideas of the last 15 years?
I thought about this for quite a long time, and in my opinion, it's a service and two products. The first is eBay. And this works for me because it provides individuals and small businesses with a channel to market that didn't exist before. It started in the dot-com boom and has been extremely successful with a turnover in 2009 of $2.4 billion. It's not a new idea though. Running an auction is almost as old as society. It's based on a model of traditional auctions. It's just transferred the model and the thinking to a different environment. My second is the product, and it's a USB stick for computers or plug-and-play devices. This enabled data and pictures to be easily transportable and satisfied a demand for easy portability from computer to computer. The amount of data that can be transported now is enormous, and it had the huge benefit of meaning that you didn't have to take your portable computer with you everywhere. So it satisfied a basic customer need. The technology itself also enabled a lot of other devices. The final one is the digital camera. I'm not sure if it's strictly an invention of the last 15 years or if it's just become a mass market item. But it's revolutionized photography, and it's now incorporated into many other devices as a free gift, like mobile phones or PCs. And again, it satisfied a customer demand to share pictures and images quickly and easily.
Unit 4. Great Ideas. Track 40.
Do companies spend enough time on research and development?
I think this depends very much on the industry. There are some product-based companies, like pharmaceuticals and high-tech companies, that spend an enormous amount of time and money on research and development. Nearly 25% of the costs of sale, for example, at Ericsson, the Finnish mobile phone company, are on research and development. I strongly believe that most companies can benefit from using information and relationships within their own company to actually develop new products and services. My definition of innovation is to look at what everybody else sees and see something different. So that might mean looking at what you already do and looking at where you can do it slightly differently to increase your product range, or extending your products into new markets. This can save time and money.
Unit 4. Great Ideas. Track 41.
Okay, everyone, let's begin, shall we? Our main purpose is to decide the date of the launch for our new product, DM2000. After that, we've got to decide the recommended retail price for the phone and talk about our marketing plans, okay? May, what's your opinion? Should we launch in June or September?
Personally, I'm in favor of June. Let's get into the market early and surprise our competitors. It could give us a big advantage. It might even force them to bring out their new phones earlier. I mean, before they're really ready to do so.
Thanks, May. What do the rest of you think? Chang, how do you feel about this?
Well, I'm not sure about June, really. I think it's too early. In fact, far too early. We need more time to plan our marketing. You know, a lot of people, potential buyers, will be away on holiday in June. It's not the best time to have a launch. We need to start with a real bang.
Thanks, Chang. Wan, what's your view? I believe you'd prefer a later date for the launch, is that correct?
Yeah, June's too early. I think September's the best time. We can promote the smartphone strongly then with a multimedia campaign. The last 3 months of the year have always been the peak period for selling new electronic products. That's when we need to put the phone on the market.
I agree. I think there are good reasons for choosing September. What about the recommended retail price for the phone? Any thoughts on that?
Hold on a minute. I thought we were talking about the launch date, not the price.
Okay, May, maybe we are moving a little too fast. Let's get back to the point. I get the feeling that most of us seem to prefer September. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, we're agreed. The launch is in September. Now, what about the price? Wan, I asked you to bring us ideas about this.
I know we've set a price, but we should think again. I think it should be about 900 Hong Kong dollars.
And your reasons?
Well, simply our main competitor brought out a smartphone recently. It retails at just over 1,000 Hong Kong dollars. If we sell at 900, we'll be undercutting them by 10%. So we'll have a big price advantage at the start of our launch.
Good. We need to be sharp on pricing. Now, what sales outlets do you think we should target, Wan?
No problem there. We could start with the specialist mobile phone stores and big department stores. After that, we could look at other distribution channels. You know, stations, airports, that sort of thing.
Right. Sounds okay to me. Everyone happy with Wan's suggestions?
Yeah.
Great.
Good.
Unit 4. Great Ideas. Track 42.
You know, Jane, I'm really looking forward to choosing the winner of this competition. It seems to be creating enormous interest all over the world.
Yes, a lot of people have asked for application forms. What are you looking for? I mean, how will you judge the projects?
There are 3 things that are really important. They'll help me to make up my mind. The winner will have to come up with a great idea for an attraction. It'll have to be something different, a bit unusual, but linked in some way to the culture of the community or country. It could be anything, as long as it's exciting: a museum, an art gallery, a theme park, or a research study center. The possibilities are endless. I want people to use their imagination. That's the idea of the competition.
I see. What else will be important?
Well, the new attraction must provide an enjoyable experience for visitors. They should really enjoy the visit and talk about it with their friends afterwards.
Can you give an example?
Well, I was very impressed with the Kennedy Museum in Boston. There was a replica of the Oval Office when John F. Kennedy was president. There are a lot of interesting exhibits, including the rocking chair he used to sit in.
Sounds fascinating. I'll visit it if I ever get to that part of the world.
One other thing that's important, Jane. I want the new attraction to make money. It must be self-financing. If it makes money, it can contribute financially to other facilities that the community needs. It shouldn't have to receive local government funds once it's been set up. The winner will have to come up with lots of ideas on how it can make money. I want it to be a commercial proposition.
Unit 5. Stress. Track 43.
What are the usual causes of stress at work?
There are lots of things that can make people feel under pressure at work. For example, having too much to do, not feeling in control, and also not having good relationships with the people that they work with. All of these things can build up, and when pressure gets too much, it spills over into feelings of stress.
How does your company help businesses to deal with stress?
One of the things that we do is be able to help companies identify which areas of the company are experiencing stress, and then we can work with those people to help build their resilience to stress. Now, what that means is actually helping people to respond differently to stressful situations so that they actually feel calmer when they're put in situations that they previously found stressful.
Unit 5. Stress. Track 44.
How much stress at work can be considered normal?
It's difficult to say really what's a normal level of stress for somebody to feel at work. The problem with that is that what one person finds really motivating and it excites them to be able to do their job well, somebody else might find really, really stressful. What we do see is that actually a high level of continued pressure can actually sometimes spill over into feelings of stress. So although you might be you're doing quite well at managing stress for a long period of time, actually if it continues without any break, then actually people sometimes tip over into feeling very stressed.
Unit 5. Stress. Track 45.
How can companies help their staff to achieve a work-life balance?
Work-life balance is an interesting question because again, everybody has a different sense of what works for them. However, companies can really help by being flexible in how they expect staff to work. For example, if somebody doesn't like travelling in rush hour, perhaps they could come in a little bit early and leave a little bit early. And other examples might be just making sure that people don't feel that they have to stay late just because their boss is working late.
Unit 5. Stress. Track 46.
Do you find that men and women deal with stress differently?
What we do see is that women tend to experience higher levels of stress, or at least report higher levels of stress. We're not sure exactly why this is. It could quite possibly be because women tend to have more responsibility in the home as well, so actually managing the home, looking after children, so they have many more sources of pressure in their life and therefore are more likely to feel stressed because of that. The other possibility is that women are perhaps more open about their feelings and therefore feel more comfortable in reporting, feeling under pressure or feeling stressed.
Unit 5. Stress. Track 47.
Okay, let's talk about the staff's health and fitness. Last year, days lost increased by over 15% because of sickness and absenteeism.
Ooh.
That can't go on. We've got to do something about it. Any suggestions, Danielle?
Well, I think we should carry out a survey, find out why staff are so stressed and unhealthy. That'd help. At least we'd know what the problems are. I have another idea. Why don't we encourage staff to keep fit? How about paying for their subscription to a gym if they go, say, twice or more a week?
That's an interesting idea, but it could be a bit costly. What about staff who have a very heavy workload? What should we do to help them?
We could hire more staff for them, give them an assistant. You know, some of them even work at the weekend. How about banning staff from working at weekends? That'd solve the problem. They'd have more time to relax then, wouldn't they?
Well, I suppose we could do that. It's something to consider. You know, there's been a lot of complaints lately from staff who drive to work. They get really stressed when they get stuck in traffic jams. And mothers with young children find it difficult to get to work on time. What do we do about them, Kevin?
Why don't we introduce flexi-time for parents with young children? I think we should offer it to our admin staff, and maybe to some staff in other departments. Also, perhaps some staff could work from home.
Yes, interesting ideas.
I've got a good suggestion, Kevin.
Go ahead.
Well, it might be a good idea to set up a counselling service with a professional counsellor. Staff could go there and talk about their problems. Oh, yes, and another idea I've just thought of. Why not let staff change duties and roles from time to time to give them a bit of variety in their work?
I think this needs further thought. Let's meet tomorrow, same time, and try and come up with a plan to improve the staff's health and fitness.
Right.
Unit 5. Stress. Track 48.
I think we should definitely pay staff subscriptions to the sports centre. If they were fitter, they wouldn't be sick so often and take days off work. And they'd work harder if they were healthier.
I don't know, Danielle. It would be popular, but it could be expensive. What do you think, Kevin?
I think I agree with you, Bridget. It'd cost a lot, and attendance would be difficult to monitor. I mean, we couldn't check each week to see if the staff were attending the sports centre. We're not Big Brother, checking up on staff all the time.
Yes, but we could get over that problem somehow. The sports centre has great facilities, a big pool, a squash club, hairdressing salon.
Yeah, you're right. Its facilities are fantastic. Also, it has some restrooms with ergonomic furniture where people can just relax and chat to each other. It's very relaxing there. Our staff will get to know each other better.
Exactly. It would really help staff to be more healthy, improve communications, and save the company money, in the long run anyway.
I can't agree with you there, Danielle. I'm not sure it's a good idea. Surely it's not our responsibility to encourage staff to go to a sports club. They should go there because they want to be fit and in good health. It's their responsibility, not ours. We don't want to run their lives for them.
I don't know. I still think it's a good idea. It's well worth trying. If it becomes too expensive or it isn't getting results, we can stop paying their subscriptions. It's as simple as that.
Unit 5. Stress. Track 49.
Hello, Sheila Murray speaking.
Hi, it's Jessica. How are you, Sheila?
Fine, thanks. You?
I've got a big problem here. I don't know what to do. It's about James.
Oh, what's happening?
Well, you know, he's been very stressed lately. His wife wants to leave him, and he's been working day and night on this contract. It's really important for all of us.
Okay.
Well, he got really drunk last Saturday with our clients. I didn't like the way he talked. Very loudly, you know, always interrupting them, making jokes that weren't funny, and stupid comments. The clients weren't at all impressed. Then he didn't turn up for the meeting on Monday. And now he's just disappeared. It's 2 days now. No one seems to know where he is. Our clients aren't happy at all. I don't think they want to complete the deal now. I just don't know what to do.
Can't you take James's place at the meeting? The contract's almost ready to sign, isn't it?
Well, there are still a few points, but how can I take over? It would look really bad, wouldn't it? I'm just a junior account executive. James has been the main guy all along. I think he's had a breakdown, Sheila. He just can't cope anymore.
Okay, Jessica. I'll talk to some of my colleagues and get back to you. We'll sort this out for you.
Thanks, Sheila. I'd appreciate that. Bye.
Unit 6. Entertaining. Track 50.
Hello, Flanagan's. How can I help you?
Oh, yes, hello. I'd like to book a table for tomorrow night for 6 people, please.
Yes, madam. And what sort of time?
About 8?
Let me see. Yes, that's fine. And what's the name, please?
It's Branson.
That's fine, Miss Branson. So, a table for 6 at 8 o'clock. We'll see you tomorrow evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Good evening. Do you have a reservation?
Oh, hello, yes. It should be under the name of Branson.
Yes, here we are. A table for 6. Your table will be just a couple of minutes. Would you like to have a drink at the bar first? And I can bring you some menus as well.
Yeah.
Yes, sounds good.
Why not? Well, it all looks very good, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So, are you ready to order?
Yes. Is there anything you recommend?
Well, the fish is very good today.
Well, as a starter, I'd like the soup. And then to follow, I'll have the salmon with dill butter.
Thank you very much. That was very good.
And would you like to see the dessert menu?
No, I don't think so. Just some coffee, I think. And the bill, please.
Yes, certainly. Very good, sir.
Well, that was really good. I'll leave a good tip.
Yes, we should. It's excellent here. We must come again.
Unit 6. Entertaining. Track 51.
Can you tell us about your company?
My company is the Cavendish Consultancy. It is a corporate entertainment and corporate event company based in West London. It operates in all sports, show business and performing arts, mainly in the United Kingdom, but we also tender for overseas events, which gives us the opportunity to spread our knowledge and skills and expertise around the world.
What are the most popular events for corporate entertaining?
The most popular events remain the major sports and the major events in those sports. Within sports it does vary. For example, those sports where the rules are fairly simple and straightforward are more popular. Thus, cricket, which is a personal like of mine, is not actually one of the most popular because the rules are fairly complicated. Horse racing is very successful. Football, soccer, as it's called in many countries around the world, but football in England is very popular. Motor racing works well. And then moving on to the entertainment side, the theatre, pop concerts, musicals particularly, for a number of years. Phantom of the Opera has been very popular in New York and in London and in many other cities around the world where it has showed.
Unit 6. Entertaining. Track 52.
Is corporate entertainment changing as the economy changes?
Cavendish has been in business 30 years, so we've seen 2, if not 3 recessions. In fact, we're founded in 1981, which was a recession in the UK, and it does change. And it's also changed enormously over those 30 years. The quality of the product that we deliver now is vastly superior, much, much better than the product we delivered in 1981. The recent downturn, and particularly because the downturn has affected the financial sector, and the financial sector was a very big entertainer, has changed quite significantly, not so much the product, but people have reduced budgets, and when they reduce budgets, they have, perhaps surprisingly, not gone for a cheaper product, but just taken fewer people to the expensive product. So the top of the range hospitality is holding up better than the less expensive alternatives.
Unit 6. Entertaining. Track 53.
What do you think makes a corporate event successful?
First, you have to identify your aim, your purpose in entertaining people at this particular event. That's absolutely key. If you don't know why you're doing it, probably don't do it. Then, having identified why you're doing it, it's all the planning and all the little things. You can have the very best sporting event, the very best pop concert, but if the little things go wrong, that's what people remember. So it's contingency planning, it's having backups. And if it rains, have some umbrellas there. The catering is absolutely vital. People now expect a very high standard of food and drink. And then bear in mind that it is the staff on the day who will meet all the guests. It's not the overall event organiser. I can't meet every guest at every Cavendish event. It's the quality and the training and the briefing of the staff that you employ on the day is absolutely key. And the last thing I would say is always follow up afterwards. And I think that gives the opportunity to cement the relationship. Did you enjoy the day? What else would you like to go to? And those sorts of things.
Unit 6. Entertaining. Track 54.
The most extravagant event I ever heard of was in July 1998, when the British Grand Prix, the motor race at Silverstone, was on the same day as the FIFA Soccer World Cup final in Paris. And it was then possible to get a helicopter from central London to Silverstone. Now Silverstone is about 60 miles, 100 kilometres northwest of London. So you helicoptered to the ground, you watched Michael Schumacher win the race, you helicoptered back to London Heathrow, the big airport just to the west of London, and then you flew in an aeroplane that was then the best aeroplane in the world, Concorde, to Paris. It didn't go supersonic, that is above the speed of sound, but you did go to Paris in Concorde and flew back that night. So in less than 24 hours, you had seen a Formula One motor race and the World Cup final.
Unit 6. Entertaining. Track 55. Conversation 1.
Hello, I'm Liz.
Oh, hello again, Liz. How are you? It's Jane. We met in Paris last year.
Oh, yes! I didn't recognize you. Your hair is a bit different. I'm fine. And what about you?
I'm very well, thanks.
And how's business?
It's going really well, especially in Italy.
Great.
Unit 6. Entertaining. Track 56. Conversation 2.
James, have you met Sam Clark?
No. Hello, Sam. Good to meet you. I think we both know Mike Upton. We worked together in Turkey.
Oh, yes, Mike. He's in China now.
Really? I didn't know that. Give him my regards next time you see him.
Yes, I will.
Unit 6. Entertaining. Track 57. Conversation 3.
Julia, do you know Jürgen?
Yes, of course. Hello, Jürgen. Good to see you again. How are things?
Fine, thanks, Julia. It's great to see you again.
Unit 6. Entertaining. Track 58. Conversation 4.
Hi, I'm John.
Hello, John. Pleased to meet you. I'm Lisa from the Amsterdam office.
Oh, Amsterdam. I've never been, but I hear it's a great city. Very lively.
Yes, it is. It's great. You should come. The conference is going to be there next year.
Oh, I'd love to. I'll look forward to it.
Unit 6. Entertaining. Track 59. Conversation 5.
Carla, I'd like you to meet one of our best customers, Linda Eriksson from SRT in Sweden.
Hello, Linda. Great to meet you at last. I've heard a lot about you.
Not all bad, I hope.
Not at all. It's great to be able to put a face to a name.
Absolutely.
Unit 6. Entertaining. Track 60.
It's not going to be easy to please everyone, Kate. What are the most important things, do you think?
Actually, I've made a list of things we'll need. Shall I go through it with you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. Well, we're looking for a hotel that's good value for money. It's a priority for us because we've got to keep costs down. The conference centre must have a really big room for, say, 100 people, because there will be some presentations that everyone must attend. And we'll need at least 4 meeting rooms. We're going to have quite a few workshops and training sessions, as we usually do.
Yes, and the meeting rooms will need to be quite big, Kate, with enough room for, say, 25 participants. Even more if it's a popular session.
Yeah, good point. We have to think carefully about the location for the conference. If possible, it shouldn't be too far away from an airport. Most people will be arriving by air. We don't want them to have problems finding the hotel like they did last year. A shuttle service from the airport to the hotel would be a plus, don't you think?
Yeah, but not all hotels offer that facility.
True. One other thing, it's important that the centre has good leisure facilities. We want staff to enjoy themselves as well as take part in work sessions. Don't forget, they're free on Friday, and they could also have some free time early on Monday as well.
Right. We certainly don't want them to go away complaining they didn't enjoy themselves or have enough time to buy presents for friends and relatives.
Yeah. There'll be a gala dinner on the Sunday evening. They should enjoy that. It'll be an opportunity for everyone to relax, do some networking, and meet colleagues from all over the world.
Working Across Cultures 2. Track 61.
I am pleased you like our food, Mr. Morgan. My son Ahmed will now bring us some cakes and pastries. Which would you like to try?
I'm sorry, I just can't eat anything more.
Oh, surely you could try just one?
No, really, that's enough for me. I'm just not used to eating such big meals. Actually, I'm on a diet at the moment.
Oh, I see. What a pity. You know, we are famous for our pastries.
Really? I didn't know that.
Well, as you know, my company has stores in all the major cities here. I'm sure you've heard about our business. Most of the stores sell household goods, and they're located in busy main streets.
Ah, actually, I didn't know that. My colleague Hussein gave me your number and told me to contact you. I was very busy just before I left England, so I didn't have much time to prepare for this visit.
I see. Yes, Hussein emailed me to say you would be visiting us, so I expected to hear from you. Tell me, what's your main purpose in coming here?
Well, we want to sell our products in Morocco. We're not doing that at the moment. And we plan to start by distributing our goods through large department stores. Eventually, I suppose, we'll set up a sales facility here. We've used this approach in other new markets, and it's worked well for us. It's a good formula.
I see. I'm not sure if that approach will work well here in Morocco, using department stores.
Oh.
But I could give you some contacts if you like. People I know who have shops here, ones that sell a lot of household products.
Thanks very much, but perhaps next time. I'm going to see the British consulate tomorrow. They're going to give me some names of people to visit. I have to leave next Wednesday, so I don't have much time. I want to arrange as many visits as possible. It would be nice to take home some informal agreements with one or two companies, then later sign the written contracts. We want to have distribution agreements with some local business people by the end of the year.
The end of the year? In only 3 months? Look, maybe I can help you. Why don't you leave me some of your business cards? If I meet someone who could help you, I'll give them your card and ask them to get in touch.
Yes, good idea. It could be very useful. Here are some of my cards. Thanks very much.
They are very well designed. Everything is in English, I see.
Yes, most business people speak English these days, don't they? Well, thanks very much, Mr. Mansour. I've had a very enjoyable meeting.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Morgan. Can I give you a word of advice? Try to learn as much as you can about the business culture here before your next visit. The more you know, the easier it is to do business here. Have a safe journey home.
Working Across Cultures 2, Track 62, Extract 1.
I made a big mistake when I negotiated with a Korean team. There were 4 people in their team, and I talked mostly to a younger man who spoke excellent English. I thought he was the team leader. I didn't say much to the oldest man in the group. He sat silently for some time because his English wasn't very good. But later in the meeting, the old man took control of the discussion with the help of an interpreter. He was the chief executive of the company and made all the big decisions. I learned a lot about Korean business culture from that meeting.
Working Across Cultures 2, Track 63, Extract 2.
As soon as I got to Korea, everyone said to me, print plenty of business cards and make sure they're translated into Korean. They were right. Koreans want to know who they're dealing with and what your title is. Status is very important, and a business card tells them if you're of equal status to them. When you present your card, you should hold it in both hands, and when you receive a business card, accept it with both hands and read it carefully. It shows respect.
Working Across Cultures 2, Track 64, Extract 3.
I was assistant to the marketing director. I had some ideas for improving the layout of our stores in Seoul, so I wrote my ideas on a sheet of paper and sent it to all of the staff in the department. Everyone commented on my ideas and approved them. I then talked to the marketing director, and he announced that there would be a project to change the layout of the stores. You see, decisions come from the top in Korean companies, but everyone needs to have their say. They call it consensus, everyone agreeing to a proposal.
Working Across Cultures 2, Track 65, Extract 4.
I learned one thing pretty quickly about Korean business culture. There's often a lot of red tape. You'll need a lot of official documents before you can go ahead with a project. You may spend months trying to get permissions from ministries and government officials. But a bit of networking often helps. The right contacts are so important in that culture. You need to be patient.